by someone who must be living pretty high right now. Marissa Davies, the head coach of the Boardman 12U softball team, the new state champions. Coach, how we doing today?
Oh, great. And I woke up feeling amazing. So,
Coach, we always talk about the excitement that we get to see the kids have when this kind of thing happens, and it's always a great time. But from a coaching perspective, I mean, all the tools, all the lessons, all the teachings that have gone into these kids. What was your emotional level like once that final out you realized was registered and you guys got the first state title since 1976?
oh, amazing. I think I took a deep breath and I was like, oh my gosh, it just happened. I mean, I've been pretty energetic, I guess the word would be to say, throughout both the district and state tournaments. So, yeah, I was just full of emotions and so excited and proud of the girls. So.
This journey to the state championship wasn't easy in this bracket. I mean, you had a Talmadge team that fought you to 8 innings both times you played them. You had to drop a game on Sunday and fight out of the losers bracket to win this. I mean, how proud are you of these girls to fight through the adversity that they hadn't really experienced yet and get through these really tough games in the state?
Yeah, so proud. I mean, couldn't be prouder of them. I mean, those two games that we played against Talmadge, both extra innings and 8 innings, and we won at the bottom of the eighth. I mean, amazing games. Then we lost that one to Clay. I think that kind of was a little wake up call for the girls who had never experienced, a loss before. And then we came back super strong, and the championship game was just like the bats unloaded again, just like districts, and it was just amazing.
I asked Anthony this a little bit earlier in the show, but I want to extend the question to you too. From a coaching perspective, how valuable do you think these kind of experiences are going to be for these girls if they choose to continue their softball career into high school?
Oh, these experiences that they're getting right now is just only going to help them in the future down the road. I mean, from my own personal standpoint, I mean, I grew up and played all through Little League. I played in the state tournament. So just like looking back, and then if you get to high school and you're going through the playoffs and you're trying to get up to that state championship game, you just look back on those memories and you're like, hey, we faced this adversity. We went through this, we did this. And it's only life lessons that these girls are gained. So
I want to talk up some of these players, and I guess we'll start in the circle because you got two of them that battled all week for this state championship. Emma Davies, everyone kind of knows her name, but Emily Swantek took the circle in that extra inning game against Talmadge the second time and really pitched well for those two clean innings, let you guys win in the bottom of the eighth. And what I hear is she's self-taught too. So that's really impressive. Talk about your pitchers and what you've seen from them when the level of play went up and how they responded to the challenge of this state bracket.
Oh, I mean, our pitcher is amazing. I mean, they were so strong out there, so tough. I mean, faced with so many different things going on during the game. I mean, the game we played Talmadge, it went extra innings. I kept Emma in, and she was super strong all the way to the end. And I knew, she wouldn't be able to pitch that next day. So Emily came back in that first game against Clay, took the loss, but she pitched amazing that game, just didn't get any run support, and the defense kind of failed her. And then that second game against Talmadge went extra innings. I kind of had to make a choice, and I decided, take Emma out, put Emily in. I knew she was going to get the job done, so I wanted both pitchers ready to go for the championship game, and it worked. It worked out perfect. So they were just so super strong. I mean, the fans were loud from the other team. The team was loud. I mean, that team from Clay had cowbells that were super loud. So they were just trying. I was like, tune it out, ignore it. And they both did amazing. Super proud of them.
It seems like coaches too, especially in the Little League realm, one of the toughest things they have to deal with is the mental approach to the game for the kids too, and being able to kind of flush those bad plays, flush those losses. So I guess my question is, after that, suffering that loss to Clay the first time around, what were the kind of conversations like with the team to kind of talk them down and have them come in with a fresh mindset that second matchup?
Yeah, we as coaches, we immediately were like, girls, this game's done. Like, we're forgetting about it. We're moving on. Like, we cannot dwell on anything that happened during this game. We gotta, stay strong and focus on what we need to do and for our goal for the next game. So we kind of just we talked about it, we talked about it initially about the game and everything and what we needed to work on. And then we said, okay, done, out of mind. Like, we got to get moving on to the next game. So, and the girls did a great job doing that.
All right, we talked about your pitching. Now we can talk about your offense. And this lineup 1 through 9 is really good and really consistent. You've had different players step up through districts and state. You had Mia Dubel hit the grand slam against Canfield. Taylor Watts has been consistent in the top of the order. Addie Rudge kind of caught a hot streak in the state tournament. So did Addie Velocin. Talk about this lineup and how much of a blessing it is to have, so many girls that can go up and be that kind of hero every night.
Oh, from a coach, like, it's just like a dream, this team, because all the way, like you said, from 1 to 9, like, anybody that can step up, and everybody has at some point in time, and it's been amazing. I mean, and even the girls that have come in have all stepped up as well. So this team, I think everybody has done their job. Everybody knows, like, they have a role, and this team is just so special in the fact that, like, everybody can do it. So it's just something that, I couldn't have asked for as a coach, just to be like, hey, everybody can step up and do it, and they can. So
to kind of flip that question on its head, I want to ask, what were some challenges, or were there any challenges throughout the season trying to balance that lineup out in playing time, having so much talent on one single roster?
Oh yeah, it's a challenge for sure. We kind of got thrown into a little loop too when one of our players left to go on vacation for a little bit. So then we had to kind of reconfigure the roster and figure out what we wanted to do. But it worked out perfectly. I mean, all these girls have stepped up into the roles, and it's just amazing. So I'm super proud of all of them.
Here you are, one obstacle away from punching a ticket to the Little League World Series. You got regionals starting on July 25th. What is the game plan to try to keep these girls locked in until then and go into Indiana with the best mindset you possibly can?
Yeah, we're all on cloud 9 right now, super excited, but I told him I'll give you like a day or two, to rest, and then we're getting back to the practice schedule, and we're gonna get ready, and we're just gonna hit the ground running in a couple days and get going. I got like all the information today, so I got to go through everything and get everything figured out. But yeah, we're gonna be back to our practice schedule here in a couple days, and we're gonna hit the ground running.
What would you say the message is to the girls going into Indiana for this matchup?
Well, we kind of before each of the districts in the state tournament, we kind of set a goal, and obviously goal number 1 was win districts. Goal number 2 was win state. So we got a new goal, and it's win regionals. So we one game at a time. I keep telling the girls, one game at a time. We can't look too far ahead, and we're going to focus on our next goal, win regionals.
All right, we talked about Emma's pitching, but obviously I think it would be remiss not to talk about your relationship, and obviously being able to share this as her mom and share this moment with your daughter and be able to share it with her. What's that been like for your perspective?
Oh, it's been awesome. I mean, she's gonna remember these memories for forever, and I'm just so glad I'm able to share them with her, not only as her mom but as her coach. I mean, I kind of have to sometimes sit back and just be in awe of like what's going on, because it's just an awesome experience, and I'm just super proud that she's getting to experience all of this, because she'll never forget this. None of the girls will. I mean, these are memories they're gonna remember forever. So I'm just so glad that all of these girls, especially my daughter, is getting this experience, because they will remember it forever.
I'm interested to know in your career too, and what led you into coaching. What was some of the best advice you've received in your coaching career?
Oh man, that's a tough question. I don't know. There's been so much over the years. I know, like, being mentally tough is something huge, especially, I mean, at every level, but when these girls are still pretty young at this age, the mental toughness is huge. And so I know that's been stressed to me before, like, and when I was growing up and playing, that was always, stressed with me as well. my dad was super big proponent of being mentally tough out there. So I kind of instill that into Emma, and I instill that into the rest of the girls too. Like, we have to be mentally tough. So that's probably the best advice I've ever been given.
Here's the big question. You've won a state championship as a player. Now you've won one as a coach. How do you compare the two, and which one does one sit on top of the other?
I mean, I don't think I could compare it because they're just different experiences. But yeah, I mean, equally both amazing. So it's pretty cool to be on both ends of the spectrum, on being a coach and being a player. So hopefully, maybe one day that'll be something that Emma can do too. But
Because you're such a good coaching mind too in the area, I want to ask from your perspective, because you're a softball connoisseur as well. What is one of the biggest things that you notice is lost from going from the Little League era into the varsity realm in high school? What do you notice players lose, whether that's an approach or tactical wise? What is there anything you notice that might get lost or isn't utilized as much going into the varsity levels of high school?
I don't know. That's a tough question too. I mean, I guess I would say like, I guess from like Little League to varsity, there is that time period where a lot of girls decide, like maybe this might not be something they want to still focus on or continue to stick with. So I do think that there's like a fall off sometimes with some girls, and then they end up quitting, which does kind of stink because there's a lot of really good players that ended up, either focusing on different sports or deciding not to play altogether. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I really think that just all of the rules and everything that the girls have to follow for Little League kind of helps them, get this whole experience. But yeah, I don't think it's kind of comparable like varsity to Little League, but I do think that there is a fall off, and I think it's age wise too. I mean, the girls just decide, that's something they don't want to do anymore, which hopefully, with this team, these girls all stay together and stick together, because this would be an amazing team.
Well, the one thing they can say is they have the varsity coach of your Boardman program right behind them. He's always at the games. He's been one of your biggest cheerleaders. What's it mean to you to have someone that might be coaching him in the future if everything lines up there, and pouring into the youth of the program and making sure that they feel the support from the varsity level down to the Little League level?
Oh, Fred has been awesome. I mean, super supportive. He's always there. He's always, texting me and letting me know, like, congrats, great job, good luck. He's always there to support the girls, and he's done so much for the girls too. He was there last night, and I mean, just his presence there, I think, is something that the girls see, and it helps pump them up, that they know, like, they have the support of him and the high school team. And he even said it, like, the whole Spartan Nation is behind you guys, for the whole state tournament and district tournament. So, I mean, that really made the girls feel really good. So.
All right, Coach, before we let you go, I want to give you the chance to shout out your assistants and other big names that have gone into this season and the success behind it.
Oh, yeah. I want to thank both of my coaches, Todd Sardich and Greg Swantek. I couldn't do this without them. They've been amazing. Some other key people that have helped out. My husband, Matt Davies, and Jim Bennett kind of shared the scorekeeping duties, which is super important, especially with trying to keep track of everything for all schools, but Little League has to have you abide by. So I want to thank them. Chuck Rudge, too, also was helping out with some coaching and for practices and everything. And now he's kind of taking on the press side for moving forward. So I want to thank him, and just all of the families and the fans. I mean, my families are amazing. These girls, each and every one has an amazing family and super supportive. And our fans are just, there's something else. I mean, super electrifying crowd. So I hope we continue this support moving forward, because they've been amazing.
Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to hop on and talk to us about the state championship and how it feels and what we should expect going forward. We wish you the best of luck in the next couple of weeks getting ready for Indiana, and we hope that we get you on again real soon to preview that bracket and what you guys have in front of you.
Yes, thank you so much, guys. Yeah, anytime. Yeah, that would be awesome.
All right, Coach, we'll see you later, and live up this feeling. Soak it in.
Yeah, I intend to, but thank you.